Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another Social Sports Pad podcast. I am your host, Ricky, and alongside me, as always, is Ben. And here we are to talk about fantasy football going into week 14. Most leagues are gearing up, getting ready for the fantasy playoffs, and we are going to help you rise to the challenge. We're going to make sure your cream rises to the top and win you some money.
That's right. Gotta know what your fantasy is.
All right. So, basically, with with this episode, it's going to be the first up until the end of the season, as we kind of help you with lineup questions. We help you kind of look at guys in the fantasy world, not the real world football wise, and try and find a championship victory. With week 14, we have 6 teams on bye. Ugh. Honestly, yeah, anyone who listens to this podcast knows how I feel about the buys. I really think that it should be 4 teams max on bye at a time. Yeah, and buys should have been over by now.
It doesn't seem like they've been balanced. The buys are never balanced. Washington has played 13 weeks of football, and they're just now getting their first the bye week.
I mean, it's just dumb. Honestly. So yeah, Washington's on bye. We also have the Falcons, the Bears, the Packers, the Colts, and the Saints on bye.
Oh my!
So, fantasy stars that are not playing this week, you won't have the services of Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Alvin Kamara,
Sly.
Yeah.
Heineke, if he gets any points, I don't know if he does.
I mean, Justin Fields is out. No Cordero Patterson. No Kyle Pitts. No Marcus Mariota. No Christian Watson. No David Montgomery. No Jonathan Taylor. So where are you going to go? We'll look at for the Thursday night's game between the Raiders and the Rams. We'll kind of go through and kind of check and go over under on which these players are going to perform on Thursday night. There has been rumors going around about Baker Mayfield making his Rams debut Thursday night. And really, if you believe he's going to start or play, actually, yeah, if you believe he's going to start Thursday night for the Los Angeles Rams, I'm going to convince you that I'm the king of England and that I am going to sell you some lakeside property in Arizona. Because if you expect a guy he just got picked up yesterday, and yesterday, Tuesday, and tomorrow is Thursday of the game. You expect the guy to actually have a Sean McVay playbook down in order to lead this team to victory? If Baker plays, let alone starts on Thursday, the headline you are going to be reading on Friday is Sean McVay is on the unemployment line, because that would be the absolute fucking dumbest decision I have ever seen in my life. All right? That would go down as dumb as somebody trying to stick their fingers in a bull's asshole. All right?
Messy.
I mean, like, yeah, or running with the bulls in a wheelchair. It absolutely would be dumb, especially with the way the Raiders are playing right now, to expect to, one, win a game, or two, keep your job. So, on that note, with the Raiders, Ben, I'm going to ask you if you believe that these guys are going to go higher than they're projected. So I'm going to say the player, and I'm going to say what he's projected to score, according to um, a half-point PPR league. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So first and foremost, I'm going to go with Derek Carr.
Dude, I started the season with him on my bench, and he did nothing for me on my bye week that I had.
All right. So he is slated. He is projected to score 16.4 points.
Wait, Huntley was scheduled to get 17 points. He's available in my league. Russell Wilson's on a waiver, so he won't be available. Pickett's available for 15.4, so it looks like Huntley is the best option.
Well, I mean that's all well good for Sunday, but I'm kind of going what you feel from Thursday night. I mean, this is going to be like for your DFS if you have to, if you decide to play this on your DraftKings and FanDuel.
I mean, am I picking up Derek Carr?
Yeah, I mean, would you pick up Carr or Wolford?
Wolford? Who the fuck is Wolford?
The guy that's playing for the Rams. He's slated to.
Oh, he's quarterback?
Yep, quarterback.
I haven't even seen him. Was he? Okay, hold on. I see him. 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do well against Seattle. I mean, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I would choose Carr.
It's hard out here for Pimp.
I would choose Carr.
Actually, yeah, let's showdown captain mode. All right, here we go. Yeah, you have, I'm bringing up the DraftKings. All right, just gonna do it. Just gonna do it like here. Like wow, they even have Baker on here as like a as an option, a high option even. But basically, guy I would probably have as my captain is going to be Josh Jacobs. I definitely see that the Rams are not going to have the ball long. The Raiders are just going to, wear them down and run it down their throats.
Yeah, definitely Jacobs. I would definitely start him.
Yeah, Jacobs is definitely a must start. If you don't have him starting, then yeah.
You have no other options. You have Williams for the Rams.
They got Wolford in the single game format. He's like 8,800. I mean, they got Baker as like a 9,000. That's just dumb to me.
That's a lot.
Taking the Raiders defense on it. I'll take Carlson as another option. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of Devontae Adams, and probably of the Rams, the only one I'm gonna take is Van Jefferson.
Really, no Kupp?
Kupp's on IR, man.
Oh, is he? Oh shit. Oh, see.
I mean, I've had him. Just he's not done anything for me at all.
That sucks. I didn't realize he was injured. I forgot. No, actually, no. I remember now. I was told, but I forgot.
But yeah, so yeah, I definitely see Jacobs going above his projected 15 points. I see him definitely doing that. I see him scoring 3 scores.
He's the only one really going to get the ball. There's not much offense going on right now in Las Vegas either.
I know. I I shit you not. Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. No, Renfro's been gone since like week 2.
Yeah,
I mean, you
had him.
gotta keep your eyes on the game, bro.
I had him and had, what was it, Waller,
like
or something like that. They've both been injured. Yeah.
Waller's on injured reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really,
That hurt my tight end.
I mean, the best way to see this, Carr definitely, unless I mean, if you have any questions of who to start, I'd probably play Carr this week. Just the Rams defense is going to get flabbergasted and lambasted and just, spit roasted, all the kind of things, every Kardashian term. Jacobs is a must start. Adams is probably going to get you 25 points. Carlson is probably going to get you 15, just by how much they're going to score. I'm really seeing in my crystal ball of sorts, the Raiders are going to pop 50 on these Rams.
50 points?
Fitty Burger. Yeah, 50 points.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, the Rams, no matter who they're going to have at quarterback, they're not going to score 10. So, Raiders defense, absolutely play them. Cam Akers will probably be the only Ram really to do anything for them. Maybe Van Jefferson, but that's about it. That's Thursday night. It's a nice snooze fest. Don't even worry about it. All right. But that for going for the DFS kind of shit. So from that, kind of going to open it up to kind of some fantasy football related questions, kind of some lineup kind of stuff. One listener wrote in he unfortunately lost Jimmy Garoppolo and Lamar Jackson this past week for his fantasy team, and kind of wanted to know hey, what guys definitely see about grabbing off of the waiver wire. I asked him, hey, here, send me who's on the waiver wire. On the waiver wire, he had Daniel Jones, Tyler Huntley, Purdy, Mike White, Sam Darnold, Wolford, and Davis Mills. And quite honestly, the only 2 options on there I would even go with are either Huntley or Daniel Jones. And even then, Huntley is probably the one that I would go with over Jones. Jones has a very tough matchup against Philadelphia, whereas Huntley has the Steelers. So I'd rather go against the Steelers, especially Huntley is more mobile as a quarterback than Jones. And I mean, the Ravens have Mark Andrews, whereas, Daniel Jones. I mean, Slayton's been pulling up everything, and that's just
he's been doing pretty good.
Yeah. So another question I had from one guy. He was looking for a flex option, and basically his flex options, he had with his best running back options were Kyren Williams of the Rams, Tony Jones of the Seahawks, and then Damian Harris for the Patriots. I really wouldn't go with either unless you were absolutely desperate. But as wide receiver, Van Jefferson, Devontae Parker, Devin Duvernay, and Nico Collins of the Texans. Me, I'd go with Nico Collins. Nico has scored in the past couple of weeks. He's currently listed as questionable, so kind of like keep an eye on him on that. But, all in all, Nico has been consistent in his half PPR league, averaging about 10 points a game. So, that's a nice little chunk to help you get to what you need.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it gives you that nice energy too, where you can just get that W energy.
Yeah, energize that team. So actually, Nico Collins, I'm gonna give you the the W Energy Flex Player of the Week. Basically, give it to the guy that he's on the waiver wire, but he can come in and give you some energy. Sponsored by our 2022 video game energy drink of the year. All right, and looking at the games, Ben, is there anyone that you kind of see, kind of buyer beware, for playing a guy on DFS, that would normally be absolute stud muffin?
Let's take a gander here.
The first thing that draws out to me is the Buffalo Bills. Bills and the Jets. That game. I've heard a lot of reports that a lot of downgrading of the Bills based on the stoutness of the Jets defense.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna say this: the Buffalo Bills are a different team at home than they are away, and with the way the Jets have really been on offense. Mike White, he famously has thrown 4 interceptions against the Bills. And as a Bills fan, I'm hoping that history repeats itself. So there you go. I definitely see more of a volume. I will put all the Bills to make their projections. Isaiah McKenzie, I definitely see him kind of sneaking well past his projections. James Cook, I see getting a huge nod, more than Singletary in this game, because I definitely see that Buffalo is going to try and utilize more of the dink and dunk style.
Did you see what they have? They give Singletary and McKenzie. I'm struggling with keeping Buffalo Bills lineup in my lineup, man. I have 2 Buffalo Bills players, and I'm struggling with them. Singletary is hit or miss. McKenzie did absolutely horrible. He's the reason why I lost last week. I don't know.
Okay, so the Bills are not as explosive as they were last year. All right. But noticing Devin Singletary's career, he has been awful-ish in the beginning, and he rewards you in the playoffs. He will be consistently 12 points in the playoffs. So it's all about the waiting game a little bit on that. Isaiah McKenzie, he's not consistent, but Josh Allen really gives him a bunch of different targets. Gabe Davis is another one that's a very risky move. He's a high ceiling, low floor player. Gabe Davis is. You'll see that on the games that Gabe performs well in, he scores a touchdown. Otherwise, it's just, that's what Gabe Davis is. He is your home run guy. He is your Torrey Smith in the Buffalo Bills offense. Now, for the Jets offensive wise, I am going to say you go with Garrett Wilson. He is definitely the guy to have of them. Corey Davis had a stellar game last week, but he's definitely not going to probably produce that week to week.
That's where I'm struggling at. I got Garrett Wilson and then I got DJ Moore, but DJ Moore's also been struggling too.
Of those two, I would go with Wilson over Moore.
Yeah, I did that actually.
I mean, because Carolina, they played the Seahawks. Yeah, this week. The Panthers really haven't had good quarterback play. They've not been, unless, Foreman and Hubbard do really well on the ground game and keep this game close, Moore's probably not going to give you a lot of points. I see a lot of mistakes, and especially the Seahawks are probably going to blow Carolina away.
I see that.
Finally, definitely I am curbing expectations on all 49ers this week. One, Tampa Bay's defense, definitely they center in, and they are a good defense. I also see that they're going to get tested. God, I am blanking on the name of the coach of Tampa Bay. It's no, he is a defensive-minded coach, and he definitely will test that.
Leftwich?
What?
Leftwich?
No, Leftwich is the offensive coordinator. I think it'll come to me when we talk on Saturday. But yeah, like I see that all 49ers, except for maybe McCaffrey, are going to fall below expectations. For the Buccaneers, I see it's going to be more Godwin than Evans of those two. And I, definitely think that both defenses will probably get a pick six. It's going to be that style of game. It's going to be nasty.
It'll be an ugly game. Oh, yeah. Definitely be ugly. It's terrible right now what's happening at the quarterback position.
Yeah, like it is so murky right now because we have so many injuries, and then we have Russell Wilson who just sucks.
Yeah.
And basically Russell Wilson is playing like trash. You can absolutely go to fanatics.com and get your Broncos fan in your life a Denver Broncos trash can.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride to the curb and get tossed away. But yeah, like finally another question. Latavius Murray, is he worth picking up of the Denver Broncos on waivers?
The only one.
Yeah, like other than the Broncos defense, because not gonna lie, that defense has kept the Broncos so much in their games. Has done yeoman's work. And like honestly, Russell, you need to be cutting those guys a check. Basically taking your play check and cutting it into, cutting it in 11 different ways for that defense. Because man, they are saving your ass. They're the reason why you have 3 victories, not because of you and the offense.
And it's going to week 14. He still has 2 less touchdowns than Carson Wentz. That's sad.
I mean, Baker probably has more touchdowns than him.
I wonder if he does. Let's find out here.
All right. Let's see. Is there any really exploitable matchup? Cowboys Cowboys and the Texans. That is very exploitable. Play all Cowboys. Play Cowboys defense. I mean, it's just another game that Dallas is gonna look extra stellar, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Dallas is gonna be the team to beat in the NFC," and I say no. But you know, Zeke, Pollard, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, basically everybody that has a star on their chest is definitely going to beat projections, or they really should get cut. Yeah, so. All right. So yeah, Ben, do you have anything else to add? Just wanted to kind of, go through that, and that is our fantasy perspective. Please send us your messages about any questions you have on your fantasy lineups. We will do this every Wednesday. Kind of go over Thursday night games and then any of the early games before we do any of our normal nonsense. To make sure you guys are set and ready for victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't
All
think
right.
anything else to add.
No, that's it. So on that note, this has been a Social Sports Pad podcast. I am your host, Ricky. Alongside me is Ben. Thanking you for listening in and giving us your time, your feedback, and your time. On that note, we wish you a good night, good week, and always good season.